Hi, I'm Celine Erasmus. I'm a registered dietitian, author, a regular media columnist, and a corporate wellness consultant. Today I'd like to share with you 4 energy boosting tips for busy people. Because like myself, I'm sure that you often leave home in the dark and get home in the dark. So we have these really early morning starts, we have long commutes and traffic issues, major deadlines and high pressures and stress at the office. And what tends to happen is most of us just rush out of the house without having breakfast. We function off a few cups of coffee and a handful of biscuits, and then end up having flagging low energy levels in the middle of the afternoon. So how can you prevent this from happening? Because we know that we've got to build our energy if we want to be able to be more productive and get everything done that we need to. Well, my first tip would be to look at when you eat. So to eat light, but to eat often. Instead of having long hours and gaps where you don't eat anything, that means that you have no petrol coming into your petrol tank. Of course, you won't have energy and fuel that you need to get through the day. So to ideally eat small amounts every 2 or 3 hours. So that means maybe when you have a chance to grab your lunch is to rather have maybe half your sandwich, say now, and 1 or 2 hours later with a cup of tea, have the other half. So space out what you're eating throughout the day. This can also help you to eat less at night, so you don't walk through that front door so famished that you don't even greet the dog and you go straight to the kitchen and make yourself a snack. So eating light and eating often is the first tip. Second tip would be to eat light, to focus on not having too many calories at your meals, because we know that overeating can have a really bad impact on your energy levels. I'm sure we've all had those big Sunday lunches and then afterwards we want to do what the Italians do and have a siesta. So when you're eating a light meal, stick to 1,500 kilojoules or 2,000 kilojoules at the most if you're a guy. And if you're having a snack in between meals, or say a snack every 2 hours throughout the day, I find that I don't always have time to sit down and eat a lunch, but I replace that with, say, 3 snacks. Then each snack should be 500 kilojoules if you're a lady, and no more than 750 kilojoules if you're a guy. Third energy boosting tip would be to balance what you're eating, to make sure that you get enough food groups so that you get enough nutrients. Some diets promote that you should be cutting out food groups like carbohydrates. That's the worst thing that you can do for your energy levels. We know that we need carbohydrates. They give us glucose, which gives us petrol and blood sugar, and that's what fuels us and gives us energy. Ideally, try and eat the right types of carbohydrates. So go for higher fiber carbohydrate foods, or they're also known as lower GI foods, and have them early in the day, especially at breakfast, especially during lunch. And if you want to, if you're managing your weight, you could then eat a smaller portion or maybe omit the carbohydrates at night, because we don't need all that energy after supper when we're just crashing on the couch. Be sure too that if you're balancing your meals, to add in lots of color. Now, color would not come from sweeties or little baby chocolate eggs. It would come from fruits, salads and veggies. When we're highly stressed, we tend to leave out these foods because maybe they take a little bit more time and effort to eat, when actually those are the times that we need them the most, because they pack on the nutrients, vitamins and minerals, but without packing on the kilojoules, and that can help make you feel fuller for longer, and that of course is going to help you feel more energetic. Then tip number 4 is to be aware that fast food doesn't equal fast energy. A lot of us, when we're on the run, we tend not to think about what we're refueling. So we don't stock up our desk drawer or our cubbyhole in our car. And then when we're famished after a couple of hours of not eating, we end up relying on a drive-through or a quick shop or running to the office canteen. And often those kind of fast foods are prepared with low quality ingredients. So they're high in saturated fat, high in sugar, high in refined carbohydrate, high in sodium. That's definitely not going to help you feel more productive and have more energy. It's actually going to slow you down. Sure, it might satisfy your hunger temporarily, but after 1 or 2 hours, you're going to hit that slump when your blood sugar levels then drop. So those 4 energy boosting tips once again. Firstly was to eat light and eat often. So try and eat every 2 to 3 hours. Secondly is to watch how much you eat. So to keep your portion sizes within the ideal recommendation, which is 1,500 kilojoules to 2,000 kilojoules for a light meal, and 500 to 750 kilojoules for a snack. Then thirdly was to balance your nutrients, to make sure that you eat all the different food groups, being careful especially of incorporating lots of color. So don't be shy, grab fresh fruit, make sure you've got salads and lots of veggies at your meals. And then fourthly, be careful of always reaching for fast food. It may fill your hunger and satisfy your hunger temporarily. It's not going to give you lasting energy. And like myself, I'm sure that you want energy that's going to last you the whole day and not just 1 or 2 hours. I've got a free video series that shares many more tips just like this and answers questions, and will help you to not only boost your energy, but also improve your health and help you to lose weight. Please visit my website at www.wellculator.com. Thank you.